PWCC is a great way to sell your sports cards. If you're looking for a way to support the Cajun Cardboard YouTube channel, consider using the promo code Cajun, all caps, CAJUN, when you're selling your cards on the PWCC marketplace. Hey guys, Brian with Cajun Cardboard coming at you from the great state of Louisiana with mail day number 133. We've got 8 cards, 8 Michael Jordan cards. It's a mix of 10s and 9s. As you guys know, some of these are going to be placeholder 9s until I can track down the 10. A couple of these, I don't think I'm ever going to get the 10, but I've got Card Ladder pulled up to show you why that is. Again, apologize for the striped shirt. I know it's an eyesore, but I do have a job to do, and I'm in between closings right now, so let's start looking at some of these cards. 8 of them, all of them Jordans. First one's a baby. It's the 97 Upper Deck, number 334. Jordan Pippen, Rodman, Kukoc, just the defining moments card. Not a really super expensive card, but picked it up in a PSA 10 to add it to the collection because all base PSA 10s deserve a home. Next on the list is a little bit tougher card than most people realize. This is 1998 Fleer, and they changed the name in 98 to Fleer Tradition. I'm not sure why really, but 1998 Fleer Tradition, number 23, Michael Jordan, just the regular old base card. Good looking card here. Can't tell who that is contesting him because there's just not enough to go with. But down here in the gold script, Michael Jordan, Bulls, guard. Back of the card looks pretty traditional with the breakdown of his stats and stuff on the back. Adding a base card to the collection is pretty cool. At some point, I probably need to go back and sort of look through my Fleer starting in 86 and see which of the true base cards, right? You know, we got subset cards as well, like the All-Star number 120 from 1998, etc. You got the subset cards, right? But I need to go back and see the true Jordan base card Fleer starting back in 1986. Which of them I do and don't own in PSA 10. That would be an interesting little endeavor. I might do that soon. Next on the list, card number 3 is a tough one. This is a really tough card to find in a high grade. We're about to look at Card Ladder to prove it. But this is the 1998 Finest Arena Stars insert. It's a card that you will see featured in the Cajun Cardboard Michael Jordan hierarchy. Really can't stress enough that the 2D image you're looking at on your screen just does not, it cannot possibly do this card justice. In hand, this card is very special. It looks like the basketballs and the stars that you see in the background are sort of kind of floating in limbo. It's really got a serious refractor-like technology, but it is technically, I think, hollow foil. I don't think it's truly a refractor, but it looks refractor as hell to me. And again, I'm not the nerd scientist that goes into the distinction between the two, but this Arena Stars, we'll pull it up on Card Ladder. That's what the pop report looks like. So you're talking about a pop 40 in PSA 9, but there's only 22 PSA 10s, and the PSA 10s is where it, you know, turns into a really, really big card. We're looking at it without the coating. Beckett's graded 100. PSA's graded fewer, which I thought was interesting. PSA's graded 83 of them. The gem rate for Beckett and PSA are very, very similar, about a quarter of them grade. Gem mint, which is interesting because I just recently graded one. It came back a 7, but it did have a noticeable surface defect on the card, so I knew I wasn't going to get a 10 on that one. But PSA 10 is a humongous card. If we go back, there's your PSA 9 prices. You know, anywhere from $430 to $630. Let's just say that safely, right? That's you know, 4 or 5 sales within the last year and a half. You can dip down here, even going all the way back to August of 2023. You're always around the 400 to 600 mark for that card. But if we plug in the 10 here, it gets large real fast. The last one sold this month for $4,150 on eBay. PWCC Weekly let one go in August of last year, about 6-7 months ago, for $3,120. Huge card in PSA 10. So PSA 9 will have to do for now. The next card's the hot stuff. I like this card. I like orange Jordan cards. I don't know what it is about the orange cards. I like the orange. There's an orange refractor and orange base out there as well. This is the 95 Finest Hot Stuff Michael Jordan. It is an insert. It does appear in the hierarchy. This is a PSA 9 copy that I graded myself. If I recall, here's what the chart looks like for the non-coating. I take the coating off. That's just the way I collect. I know everybody's got their own preference, but 85 9s, but look how many 10s with no coating, 12. That is a 5% gem rate. Beckett, not much better, 7.5% gem rate. So 9 is only about $110, $115, $120 card. That seems really low to me. It recently, as recent as last August and July, it was about $200 and $180. I feel like this is way too low, like way too low. A PSA 10 is going to be a 4-figure card. We know that. There's your last 3 sales, 1178, 1400, 1560. So I just feel like the disparity to the 9 at 15 to 1 is a little extreme. I think it's probably more like a $200 to $250 card in PSA 9. So anyway, that's just my thoughts on that card. I like the card though. The issue with the card is the centering. It's just really hard to hide anything. This one got a 9, and you can even see that it's off right to left on the back centering. The front's a little harder to tell because the windows got the sort of the flames going, so it's harder to tell. There's your little hot stuff seal down there that they put down there, which is just really cool. It's a good looking card. Visually, it's a good looking card. It looks a lot better in hand. This looks kind of dull, but it was a little sharper, a little more colorful in hand. Another card where you just got to kind of throw the 10 out the window. There's only 2 of them. I think, yep, there you go. There's 143 graded by PSA. There are 2 PSA 10s. I picked up a PSA 9, actually graded. I can't remember if I graded mine or if I bought mine. I can't remember. I should know the answer to that, but I don't. But there's my PSA 9, noticeably off center, left to right. Like the left border is clearly thicker than the right border. It just checked every box in every other way. Surface was clean, edges were clean, corners were perfect. So the centering is what dropped it from a 10 to a 9, but I was happy it still stayed a 9, because a 9 is a rare card indeed. Like we looked at, there's your pop report. It's tough. This card is in a PSA 9 is about $182. This is about where I think the hot stuff should probably be. In the $180 to a $200 range, but it's a tough card to find. I don't even know if we're going to be able to find a PSA 10 sale. There you go, 2019. Wow, that card would sell for a hellacious amount of money nowadays. Something's weird going on here because the card sold for $511 and $146 on the same night with eBay and PWCC. Actually, you know what? PWCC was probably on eBay back then, so maybe that's why it's pulling up that way. But those prices are different. I don't know what's going on there. Somebody's going to have to do some research on that. That doesn't make sense. There's only 2 of them in the world. I find it hard to believe that both PSA 10s sold on the same day, so something weird is going on there. But happy to add that 9 placeholder to my collection. And then in 1996, SP Hollow Views, number PC5 Jordan. And this is a cool card in hand, and I definitely graded this one. There's a little Jordan hologram down there in the bottom. It's kind of set into 3 boxes, right? You got your Jordan information over here from the SP Premium Collection down here, and Bulls up here in script, and then Hollow Views. It's just a good looking card, right? The back of the card's red. Anywhere and everywhere you can find it. So you can see the bottom right corner has whitened, and that's why it got a 9 instead of a 10. I think a 10 on this card would be very rare. I don't have it pulled up in Card Ladder, but I bet there's not very many. And then let's end on 2 base cards. You've got the non-protected 1998 Finest number 81 PSA 10. And then Josh Dawson recently talked about this on a Hierarchy Revisited episode on my channel. So if you want to understand the non-protected, you can go check that out. I think that means the back of the card is chromium. If it was with the protector, it means the back of the card would be a glossy paper surface rather than this chromium surface which you see on your screen. So this is the non-protected PSA 10 version of 1998 Finest number 81. I think there are protector, non-protector. I don't know. I can't remember. You're going to have to go back and watch the video. Every time Josh explains something, I get it, and then a day later I forget because I'm too old. And then the last card is just a cheap little 1992 Hoops Jordan versus Drexler, right? We've seen the Jordan versus Drexler Skybox Premium Showdown, which is also not a very expensive card. And then this is the Jordan versus Drexler from 1992 NBA Hoops card number TR1. NBA Hoops TR stands for Tribune, from the Chicago Tribune, presumably. So there's your Jordan versus Drexler card number TR1. Not a big card there. So a bunch of Jordans, a couple of relatively low-end PSA 10s that I'll add to the collection, and then a bunch of PSA 9 placeholders for cards whose 10s may prove to be elusive for a very, very long time and or exorbitantly costly and too large of a magnitude in price over the PSA 9s. And so hopefully you guys enjoyed the mail day. That's mail day number 133. If you want to know more about using PWCC as a place to buy and sell and house and protect and insure and inventory your collection, reach out to me on Instagram. I'm easy to find. I'm Cajun_cardboard, or you can comment to this video below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this mail day video number 133. Thank you again. I hope you're having a great weekend. Keep collecting. Stay positive in the hobby. And peace.